Panel, John Stanton, Helene Cooper, Jane Harmon, Rich Lowry. Helene, where do things stand right now? I mean, it is shockingly intractable. Okay, we know that. But what does it mean for U.S. and Israel?
I think at the end of the day, the underlying relationship is always going to be there. And this is, the United States is Israel's biggest and most important ally. And, Israel is a big and important ally for the United States. So all of the security guarantees that the United States has given Israel for years, all of the military aid, right, all the protection, the security protection, that's untouchable. And it's there to stay. What's different now, and this has been, I've covered this issue for years. Right. And when you as a reporter, you call the White House, you call the State Department, right, you're like, oh, I bet you guys are really pissed off at Bibi about this and that. And for years, all I would hear, oh, you reporters, you're just like,
overreading it.
You're overreading it. Yep. There you go again, making mischief. Yeah. Gone. Yeah. This week, and I started making calls, and I was shocked at the level of anger, and they were proposing, they are the ones who brought up the UN, that the idea that they may not protect Israel in the UN Security Council over this outlining of the.
I want to jump off there on the UN thing, Jane Harmon. I heard almost a resignation in the ambassador's voice, Ambassador Dermer's voice, that this UN resolution's coming. It's almost as if they're more concerned about how it's going to be worded. He started talking about, and so it's a fait accompli. Do you buy that?
Not yet, but certainly the momentum has shifted. Helene is right. And by the way, she was an exceptional scholar at the Wilson Center. Kudos to you and to Andrea Mitchell for the superb first interview with Bibi. Got to get out my shout out.
All right.
No, you'll get your turn, Rich. I think that there's a lot that has to happen before the UN vote, and that includes some moves by Congress. Right. I heard Lindsey Graham's threat yesterday that he wants Congress to withhold U.S. funding for the UN. So I think there are a lot of moving parts, but I'm from California. This is an earthquake. Right. And the perceptions have shifted regardless of what Bibi said before or said during the campaign. And Helene is right, that at least in the U.S., and I would guess in many parts of the world, people are viewing this differently, and it matters what Bibi's next moves are.
And that's the problem for Netanyahu, isn't it, Rich, is that if the U.S. has been sort of standing in the way of even Western Europe from, doing boycotts and all of these things, how does he get out of this box?
Let's be honest about what's going on here. Bibi won an election when everyone on the left and the White House around the world thought he was going to lose and was ready to dance a happy jig on his political grave, and it didn't happen, and we've had this temper tantrum ever since. On top of this, President Obama hates him with a burning passion. It's as if Ted Cruz was the leader of a major ally. Well, maybe it is, but we're on the verge, think about this, Chuck, we're on the verge of a major diplomatic revolution where we're going to forge an opening with Iran and relieve Iran of its UN obligations to end its nuclear program. At the same time, we're going to start isolating Israel at the UN. This is completely perverse and makes no strategic sense.
And John Stanton, the last person that needs this is Hillary Clinton.
Yeah,
by the way, she does not want to riff with Israel by Obama, does she?
No, she doesn't. But I think it also, in a sense, it could help her in a way because it could provide her the opportunity to make a very stark statement of, I would not do this. It helps separate her from Obama, which is something that she's going to need a little bit in the election.
We'll see, because I'll be curious if the left will do that. So I don't know. But we're going to talk a lot more about 2016. So let me pause it there. Coming up, California's